Yes.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Where I'm Duran,
And I'm Mike.
and we just did something in unison, which is something we never do. But you got a question for me, my brother?
I do.
What's up?
Hey, do you think people should give a 2 weeks or at least 2 weeks notice when leaving a job?
Yep, and that's the end of the podcast. Thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. No,
I'm gonna say, did you just give your 2 weeks notice? What's happening here?
No, you shouldn't give it 2 weeks notice because companies are savage. I've been on the savage end of companies doing me the dirtiest that you could possibly do somebody, and I know you can relate.
Yeah.
So after you give them your blood, sweat, and tears, your loyalty, you go do all these things for these people, and they treat you in such a cutthroat way. Why should I give them 2 weeks to go find somebody else to replace me? Because if I left today, you was gonna have to do it anyway.
Right.
Just
if
like
you was firing me, you ain't gonna give me 2 weeks to go find another job.
just like the jobs that let you come to work the whole day, acting like everything cool. 30 minutes before your shift is over, they'll fire you.
That's crazy.
More importantly, they'll come to you and tell you that you did something that you totally didn't do and overlook all the good things that you did.
Yeah. See, and I've been on the end where I have been part of the firing side too. And sometimes it's well deserved, and other times it's just like it's gritting your teeth because you realize this person's been here 25 years. I've seen people be there 25 years, and they make mistakes that ain't that big, but it seemed like the company's trying to get rid of them. Like I worked with a lady who had been with the company for a long time, and she got mad. It was a day she got mad, and she said like a curse word and like cursed somebody out. It not really cursed them out, but it was like, "What the f are you doing?" Like that type of stuff. And they fired her. No write ups, no none of that. Just hey, we gotta let you go. You can't talk to people like that.
That's crazy. And it's just like we've been recently plagued with some type of complaints, and customers lie. And when people want something, they lie.
Yeah.
They tell stories. Then the company got to investigate, depending on how hard that person complains. That's literally the definition of why people call others Karens, because you're complaining about something that's not even something to complain about. You're trying to garner attention. And at work, they definitely do that. They try to garner attention and say the most disrespectful thing so that the job is obligated to do something about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's bullcrap. Both ways, by the way.
So here's why I asked the question. I know you probably think I'm about to jump into my story, but I'm not. I read a report of a guy who was clocked in for 4 days before his job realized that he was dead. He worked in the same profession we work in.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine going to work, me and you, go to work, and you sitting in your booth, with everything you need there for 4 days
with the same outfit on.
Same outfit. Your coworkers didn't care enough to realize that you've been here for 4 days and didn't leave when they left. None of that.
They didn't smell him or nothing.
Nothing. Was dead for 4 days before they realized it. And then next thing you know, like, what, the job might pay out the little bit of life insurance, and it's really not the job, let's be serious. The job buys life insurance on you, and the company pays it out.
Right.
But they move on. They go find somebody else to be in your booth.
The whole staff need to be fired.
Everybody need to be fired.
And the job needed, they should have sued them. Because there ain't no way. So we looking for you, calling you, your phone ain't rang, they ain't hearing cell phone, none of that.
They not looking for him, though, because when they go over to the booth, he's right there.
No, I know, but I'm saying his family ain't called, his friends ain't called looking for him.
His
phone, his office phone wasn't ringing, wasn't going crazy or nothing. Y'all was just like, yeah, he just working. Y'all ain't go over there and say, hey, Bill. And he said, what's up?
It's wild.
He ain't got up to pee all day. He ain't did nothing. He ain't seen them heat up nothing for lunch. He ain't left that spot. You ain't checked the camera or nothing.
They are loving it. They sitting there going, man, this guy is working his butt off. Everybody need to be like him. Nah, this guy was dead.
That'll be my company by the end of the week.
He worked in a financial institution, Wells Fargo, and he was in his cubicle for 4 days. Granted, let me take this back. I don't think he did the exact same job as us, but he still worked at a financial institution and was at their desk.
That's crazy.
So it's kind of like working at the home office location and you being at the desk. Nobody else, they walked around that building, never realized that this person never left. And then a couple people started smelling a foul odor, but thought it was the plumbing. So after being there for 4 days, they finally called the cops when they realized that this person was decaying and dying and dead. And Wells Fargo never said anything.
That's crazy. That's what I mean. When you go to work, you break your back for these companies, you do all this stuff, and for what? For them to treat you like that, like you a stranger, like you just oh well. Like I wouldn't even feel comfortable being put in that seat as a replacement.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what makes me feel like they said they were wanting to notify the family first, which is the right thing to do, right? Except for the fact that you got a building full of employees who work around this guy who interacted or may have or may not have interacted or been feet away from a dead body. So something needs to be said to them just as quickly as the family.
Absolutely.
How the hell the family didn't realize that this guy that wasn't making her home? Like they hadn't heard from the person.
Like where's your? You not married? You ain't got kids? What's up?
I don't know. But then it just made me think like there's a lot of jobs where I feel like could get away with that. Like this is an art industry, and how many times? I mean, we may have a walkthrough and check when we leave at the end of the day, but how many industries do they have where people are like, "Oh, it's time to go. I'm heading out," but there's no formal walkthrough of the building or like who's here, who's not here, who's staying late, whatever. And then what do the jobs do? They don't shut down. I mean, this place ain't shutting down. So definitely they just keep moving. It's another spoke in the wheel. So why are we required to give them 2 weeks notice when we leave?
Exactly. And then the 2 weeks notice is for them to hide stuff behind that clause and keep it from you. So money, time.
Yep.
It's like a legal thing for them. And that's why you got to give 2 weeks. So they can like, oh, well, you didn't tell us you was leaving. You just up and left. Okay, cool, Steve. We just going to keep this.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more I could say. A lot more I could say with the 2 weeks notice stuff, but I don't want to sound like a bitter ex.
Yeah, let's not rehash some things. But definitely, I've been on a job where I lost my job because they said my attendance was bad, but really it wasn't. My health wasn't always the greatest. And we had some supplies come back, and the supplies wasn't supposed to come back the way it came back.
Yeah.
I found it, so I told everybody to scoop back. You know, I scooped up the ones we had, and I brought it to my supervisors, and they're like, why is this here? This don't come from these states. We sent this out. I don't know when this got sent out. So it's only us that was shipping that stuff out, and then a lady who specifically checked it in. And so I don't know what conversation they had or whatever, but anyway, somehow I became the fall guy for this. So I lost my job. And when I lost my job, it was a really bad time. So, needless to say, it had some tremendous effects on everything in my life at the time. And I just felt like it was bullcrap because the way they presented it to me was like, well, we fired you, but if you fill out this paper and bring it back in, then we can talk amongst ourselves and basically like give me a chance to explain to them yada 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 this and the third. So I sat in my car and I was gonna fill the paper out. And when I was getting started writing on it, I just had a real thugnificent moment. Man, I ain't about to sign this paper. Y'all just fired me on some stupid stuff. After all this work I've been putting in, all the scrutiny I had to put up with some employees that they hired, and they was literally just not doing nothing. they was talking to me all types of crazy. They didn't have my back and say nothing. So it was either they get rid of them or it's got to get rid of me, or I was gonna fill this paper out and look dumb coming back in here fighting for a job that didn't fight for me, so I didn't fill it out.
I don't blame you at all.
I wasn't.
I think that's the hard part, is that a lot of these jobs have the autonomy to like fire you on the spot. But if you quit on the spot, it's frowned upon.
Sometimes it gets stressful. Why would you want somebody to remain at a job when they are stressed out, they at their limit, they don't feel happy here, they're not getting any joy, and it's becoming more of a chore? That's how you get people to come in and hurt people, or people that just don't care about their work. And regardless of what you do, it got to be some type of important. It affects something. So if you was a mailman and you quit, those people on the route not gonna get their mail.
True.
If you a garbage man, maybe those people who ain't gonna get their garbage grabbed that day. Stuff like that. It's just little things. Everybody do something important. A janitor quit, school don't get clean.
Have you ever quit a job without giving notice?
Nah, I was given notice, but I haven't given a 2 week notice. So I went to work at the job before I got into the financial world, and I was at work, and I just decided that I needed to take a different route in my life and do some different things. I needed to figure some stuff out. And so when I got home, I hit him up in a little work chat and was like, hey, I think today was my last day. No hard feelings. I appreciate y'all. I learned a lot. Felt appreciated. No bad blood. But I'm not going to be there tomorrow. So I'm out.
It's
And they was like,
savage, man. Hey,
like,
today was my last day.
They was like, could you fill this paper out so we could just have it? I was like, sure. And they sent it to me, and I didn't fill that paper out either. It wasn't nothing bad. I really had to be committed, and I had to just quit cold turkey like that, dog.
Moral of the story: don't send Duran the paper because he ain't filling it out.
Pretty much. Like,
once he's done at that job, he is not filling nothing else out for you.
Like, I really had a moment because I was like, the first one was like, am I gonna play myself and really fill this paper out and go back in here? I was like, nah, that ain't it. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good, Joe. And then the second one was more so formality. I just told you what I was doing. Why you need it on paper? No, I feel like y'all on some funky monkey business. So y'all ain't getting that paper back. And I said, I'm out, bro. I'm good. I'm still breathing. So that was the right choice. But yeah, I said breathing.
It was only one job that I didn't give any notice on this job, actually. But it was because I let them know when I started what my availability was. And they scheduled me 4 days back to back to back to back.
Oh, we're finna call them out. Yeah, we talking about you, Walmart. Yep, that was it.
Hey, we might need an endorsement later. No, they scheduled me 4 days, Sunday through. Actually, it was 5 days. It was Sunday through Thursday. They scheduled me, and then gave me Friday and Saturday off. And it was overnights too. That was my second job. And so I went to the manager after the first week. I pushed through, said something. He was, oh yeah, we got you next week. We'll get it. They put out the next week's schedule, Sunday through Thursday again. I said, all right. So Wednesday, I was there I'm going to take a nap in my car. It was 1:00 in the morning when I took my nap. It's supposed to be an hour-long break. I woke up at 4 in the morning to them knocking on my window talking about, we wanted to make sure you was all right. I said, yeah, I'm good. Did not go back after that. I went in, finished my shift till 7, and did not go back to work, legit.
Thug life. Dave Chappelle, and it's your wife.
So, that's the only one. Every other job I've had, I've stuck out at least 2 weeks. So. But,
like, you know what? We're just going to end the podcast on that one. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, check us out. We appreciate the listens, the follows, and the comments. Keep them coming. We out.
Peace.